Welcome to the Gatekeepers Court, where fandom meets the courtroom and your faves better come correct. I'm your host, Taylor B., bringing you all the drama, all the receipts, and all the judgment that we can handle. Now, this week's case is messy, per usual, and I came to prosecute, like I said. So let's begin with our opening statements. But before we do that, let me take a sip of this. Because, see, in the Gatekeepers Court, we keep a little brown around because behind these gates, it gets a little stressful. I had to get that in real quick. So, okay. Eva. Eva is reminded that she is not from behind the gates while planning Ted and Nicole's anniversary party. And I completely understood her here because I'm the same way. Like I told one of my friends on Threads, I was like, listen, you should see me at those dinners with all the different forks and spoons. Like, I'm very confused. So so I personally, I understood her because I was just like, yeah, I don't even know what they're talking about. They were talking about caviar. They were talking about purses. It's just too much. It's just too much. So I completely understood her here, but she was reminded of that. And I think that was triggering for her, because of like what happened later on in the week. So let's move on. Anita shows off her performance skills at karaoke with the family present. This was so amazing to me because I was waiting. I was waiting for her to show off her skills, like to just let us know like who Anita Williams is. You know what I mean? Like just like Bernie was trying to tell her, like, listen, Anita Williams is still alive and well, alive and kicking inside of you. Please do not play like you don't know who she is. So I was very excited about that. She did very well. I loved Danny and Naomi as like the backup singers, especially Danny. Like, I know she's doing the whole like modeling agency thing, but I really and truly believe Danny could be a backup singer and dancer. You didn't hear that from me. So, all right, Doug is at a crossroads with his gambling habit and trying to quit. And I mean, it's an addiction. So we expected it to be difficult, but it's proving to be a whole lot more difficult than he or I expected. I don't know what to do, Doug. I really don't. Addiction ain't my specialty as a therapist. I'm more anxiety, depression, self-esteem. That ain't my thing. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for you. We're just gonna move on. Joey puts pressure on Doug to pay his debts. I mean, that's like putting it lightly, but yeah, he put some pressure on Doug. He's also putting pressure on his wife. It's wild. Joey is quite the enemy to have. Eva opens up to Tomas about her childhood. So this is what I was talking about earlier, like with the whole, her being reminded that she's not from behind the gates. I think that was a trigger for her. And I think that's why she ended up opening up to Tomas about that, because it was starting to really dawn on her, like, Kat has the life that I could have had, but it's just like at the same time, you don't even know if you would have had that for real, because think about it. You're still like the half sibling, like, would you have, say he would have known from the beginning that you existed, would you have lived with them? Would you have, had the same life as Kat? Would you have gone to the same schools? Would you have actually had that family unit? Would Nicole have accepted you? You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, knowing Nicole, she probably would have, or she would have left. Who knows? But I just feel like for her saying like, this could have been my life, it's just like, but could it have? You never know. Just the way you were conceived, and it's not your fault. You didn't ask to be a love child, but at the end of the day, that's where you are. So yeah, but it was, seeing her open up about that and how she feels about it, it was a very vulnerable moment, and I was happy that she got it out. I was not exactly excited about who she got it out to, because as y'all see, he ended up telling Kat, her arch enemy, and I'm just like, mm. So anyways, okay. Dana/Leslie prepares to interrupt to disrupt Ted and Nicole's anniversary party. This child done went shopping. She done bought a whole other wig. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, and I'm ready for her to do it because of the fact that, like, we've been waiting for her to do this since day one. Like, this has been our plan since the beginning. That's why she knocked Laura over, like, on the road. That's why Laura's in the hospital with a potassium spike. Like, this is what we've been waiting for this whole time. So I'm ready for her to do it because I want to see how much tea it really is. But at the same time, I'm just like, girl, why do you aim to mess this woman's life up so bad? Because if y'all pay attention, she's always like, Nicole, Nicole, Nicole. You know, except when Ted is around or when she has a direct problem with Ted. But it seems like she's more obsessed with ruining Nicole's life than ruining Ted's. I don't know what that's about. But, because I'm like, you slept with her husband, you know, so it's kind of weird for you to be obsessed with, like, ruining her day or her life, you know. But that's my logic. I don't know. Okay. Nicole becomes suspicious about Laura's potassium spike, as she should, because like she said, one day it was there, the next day it wasn't. If you really have a spike in any kind of hormone, vitamin, whatever, it's gonna, like, slowly go away. It didn't slowly go away. She literally peed it out. Like, so it's obvious it was put there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she really had, like, a spike like that, that's all I'm saying. So I'm glad she's becoming suspicious because she's gonna start to put two and two together. I don't know how long it'll take because this is Nicole we're talking about. Nicole is kind of slow to put stuff together sometimes, except, like, when it has to do with other people. But when it's, like, closer to her, it seems like she has a harder time putting things together. So we will see about that. Vernon arranges a meeting for Anita that could be the beginning of her comeback. I loved this. I really and truly loved this. Now, I know Anita was mad, but I loved this because I'm like, she really killed it at the whole karaoke thing, even though she felt like, oh, I wasn't prepared and blah, blah, blah. I felt like she did great. And to be honest, when you're an amazing singer, when you've done all those years of training and performing, like, some stuff just don't go away. And I felt like that was one of those things for her. Like, it just did not go away. You saw how good she did. No preparation, no vocal coaching or vocal preparation or anything like that. She just went for it and it was amazing. Hello. So I'm just like, I personally think she should go for it. Like, he's talking about her comeback. He's like, listen, I can put you on stage. I can do this and that. Like, at this point, she about to do, like, a little comeback album. Like, didn't New Edition do something like that? Like, they did I don't know. Somebody did something like that. And I'm trying to think about it, but I might be. We finna look it up. Because I don't like when stuff be on the tip of my tongue and I don't know what it is. Let me see. Who. I don't even think I'm supposed to type it like this. Who has done a comeback album? All right. My Bloody Valentine's, D'Angelo's Black Messiah, and Blur's The Magic Whip. Several. Okay. In hip hop, albums like Nas's Stillmatic and Jay-Z's American Gangster are all also considered noteworthy comebacks. Okay. So these are comeback albums. The Tribe Called Quest, we got it from here. Okay. So these are, oh, they have a top 20. Rocks, oh girl, what are you doing, rock? I was thinking more R&B. But we got enough though. D'Angelo was enough. So D'Angelo did Black Messiah in 2014. That was a comeback album. Okay. So yeah, she can do something like that. But she got to be open to it. She got to stop being so scared. Like, stop being scared of not being who you were. You know, like, you are that girl. And to be honest, you are that girl 2.0. Like, you have evolved. They don't even know what they're about to see on the stage and in the studio if we're lucky. Okay, let's move on. Dana slash Leslie checks Eva's phone for evidence of disloyalty. This was wild. Now, the reason why I didn't like the whole thing was because, first of all, Eva, you know your mama crazy. Why would you leave your phone around her? And for her to be trying to, like, she sees you rushing out the door and she's like, oh, well, go downstairs and get such and such for me. And it's not food. It's not like an emergency. She don't need insulin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing important. So to me, I'm like, that's suspicious. I would never leave my phone around her. And to be honest, if she wanted them clothes, she would have came out there and got them. That's what I would have did with her. Too bad. You got on the robe. Who cares? I go downstairs in the robe all the time. Who gonna check me? Who gonna check me? With my girls free doing whatever they do. Who gonna check me? So yeah, no, I would have made her go down the stairs. I'm sorry. She would have been mad at me. Bill asked Tomas to spy and report back to him about his former complainants. This was shady, obviously, but it's Bill. Like, what do we expect other than shade? Shade and more shade. So I think it's weird that Tomas like agreed to it, because the way I see it, from what they are saying, Tomas is the most qualified to be like the next partner after, Mike being fired and everything. So to me, it's just like, you have leverage, Tomas. Like, he ain't got no dirt on you and you're the most qualified to be his partner. He could put somebody else in your place as his partner, but he'd be fucking miserable. Like, so I'm like, I would have used that to my advantage. Honestly, I definitely would have used that to my advantage, and I would have just been like, you know what? Do what you gotta do, friend. Like, but I'm not gonna do that. It's against my morals. It's against my values. I'm just not gonna do that. So, I don't know. That just would have been me. But I'm also the kind of person, like, when I'm working for people, I'm not, okay, I'm not a bad employee, but I'm the kind of person where I really do like push the limit, like, not just to be, a bad employee or like a rebellious employee, but I'm just like, listen, I'm not going to be treated like I'm less than. So at the end of the day, either you're going to fire me or I'm going to do what I feel is best for me. That's how I feel. And so maybe that's why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking with Tomas. I'm like, either he's just not going to promote you and he's going to promote somebody else and not get what he needs from whoever that person is, or he's going to promote you and play by your rules. I just would have pushed him into that corner. Girl, I'm mean. Okay, so okay. Andre and Danny continue to heat things up. I think it's very cute now, because now it's not based on Andre saving Danny from herself or the alcohol. Like, they're literally just having fun. She's sober. She drinking water. Like, it's amazing. I love sober Danny with Andre. Like, it's cute. Real cute. Okay, Tomas aims at the partner spot. Now that Mike is gone, we know that. Chelsea asked Danny to become chief marketing officer of her and Kat's purse line. And Danny declines Chelsea's offer in order to develop her own marketing agency with Pamela. I'm not mad at this decision. Especially because she knows and she understands, like, this is for me. Like, this is for me to become Danny Dupree 2.0. Like, this is for me to discover who I am without Bill, without these kids, without either of y'all determining my identity and who I am. I love it. Go Danny. She really getting that fire back. What did I tell y'all though? I said that on Threads. I said some of the best pep talks you will ever get is from your sneaky link. Hallelujah. Eva and Dana / Leslie become more aware of each other's dishonesty. I couldn't be more excited about this. But I'm more excited, obviously, for Eva finding out, because she's going to learn one way or the other. Leslie don't love you. She don't love you. I don't even know if she like you. Like, but Eva's going to learn, because she's still thinking this woman is, I get it. She's your mom. And so you're going to assume my mom is my mom. She loves me. But some moms are not moms because they want to be moms. All right. And your mom is one of those moms. I think she had you to hold you over his head. Like, she's been waiting on this moment all her life. That's why she's acting so erratic, because she finally has a chance to use you as a pawn, which she could have been doing all these other years, but she didn't do it. And why didn't she? Hold on. You knew all this time that was his daughter, and you just now decided to... Now I'm starting to believe that ain't his daughter brigade. Because I've been on her side this whole time. Like, no, that's his daughter. Why would she do all this? That's his daughter. But now that I'm thinking about it, you could have been using her as leverage for a long, 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 long time. Why didn't you? And not just for child support. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, think about it. Eva's grown. So with Eva being grown, say she finds out all about all of Leslie's indiscretions and she decides, I don't want to deal with my mama anymore. She can do that because she's grown, right? So, but as a child, she's more easily manipulated. She can't go anywhere because you're her main caretaker. She does not have the means to take care of herself if she was to leave the house. Like, that was a better, if you're trying to control her, that was a better opportunity to do it, you know, with her being a child. So why did you choose now? We gon' figure that out. We gonna figure that out. Anyways, questions that need answers. Um, Andre helps Doug to turn his luck around with a winning lottery ticket. I just feel like Andre is everybody's voice of reason, good luck charm. Like, he's a great sneaky link. I mean, what can't he do? You know, he's a great photographer. It's just a lot going for him. We love Andre. Shout out to Andre. He's like slowly but surely becoming my fave on the show. Like, obviously, I'm Team Danny. Love Danny. And he's attached to Danny. So, anybody who loves Danny, I love too. That's just me. So, anyways, Derek and Ashley test out their compatibility. I like that they did this because a lot of people are saying that they don't feel, you know, that their chemistry is there. And I just, like, I don't feel like they're just completely incompatible. But like I said last week, I just feel like Ashley does not love him the way that she says. And earlier today on Threads, we were talking about how we think Derek has like a secret life. And to be honest, I think so too. Like, he had a secret life. He had a secret mission. I don't know. I just thought about something. What if him and Leslie are in cahoots and he's like her other angle into the family? Because, you know, they friends with Naomi. Wait. Nah, that's too far gone. Never mind. Yeah, that's too far gone. So my theory on Threads was that he's like married with kids. So the roommates is the wife and kids. Um, but him trying to move in with her, I think he's doing that because they're like getting divorced or separated or whatever the case may be. Something like that. And so now he's like, all of a sudden, oh, I want to move in. You know? I don't know, girl. I don't know. But that's what we thinking. Because we're just like, Derek is too perfect. Or at least that's how I feel. Derek is too perfect. Like, he's nice, you know. Last week I talked about how it seems as though it might be Ashley's first healthy relationship, and that's why she is looking for ways to sabotage it. There's no... Oh, no. That's the light on my lip gloss because it's popping. But anyways, so yeah, we were talking about, yeah, because like last week I was just saying I think it's her first healthy relationship. Like, because she's looking for ways to self-sabotage it. So I was like, but what about him though? What if he's also, yeah. Because we thinking, oh, it's going to be bad because of Ashley. Ashley's going to cheat on him with Andre, and then Ashley's going to be a villain. Whole time, Ashley probably will never even do it, and Derek's the real enemy, the real villain, the real Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. All right, Dana / Leslie retires the Sherry identity. So she tells Nicole, okay, Sherry's moving. Well, she said I'm moving, but she said Sherry's moving. So you're never going to see her again. So she retires the Sherry identity. But she went out in public to do this. So while Ted was there, like she just jumped at any chance to see Ted. She jumps at any chance to talk about Nicole. Like, she's obsessed with both of them in different ways for different reasons. You know, like I'm just a little weirded out. Like, girl, what all he did to you? Because it seemed like you knowingly slept with somebody's husband. He went back to his wife and decided to build his marriage from the ground up. And you were left high and dry with a baby that he did not know about. You know? So it's like, who are you mad at and why? Because it seems to me like you knew what kind of situation you were in and you still decided to roll the dice thinking you might win, even though the odds were clearly against you. You inevitably lost, and now we're here. Vanessa and Doug try to get their spark back. I was feeling this. Like, but girl, okay, so when you remember when he pushed her against the wall, we didn't see him at first. I thought it was Joey. Oh, I thought it was Joey. I was like, listen, she doing it. I knew she was gonna do it. Cause you remember last week, I was like, child, she don't even bed with him by Wednesday. So I thought it was him, but it wasn't. It was her husband. I was so proud of her. It's like, girl, look at you hopping on your husband. See, that's it's a shame that we're excited about that as if it would never happen. Like, we're not supposed to feel that way, Vanessa. We're supposed to feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing, but we don't feel that way because you're never doing it. I'm giving up. All right, but Vanessa still continues with her extramarital affairs. I don't know how that happened, but no, she definitely continued with him. Like, literally hopped off her husband and went looking for Diego, which was so weird because y'all remember at one point in time, she was not giving this man the time of day. She wasn't thinking about him, not looking at him. All of a sudden, she's calling him back to back. How did we get here? I'm ashamed. Like, and I get it. People gonna be like, how you wasn't ashamed about the affairs, but you ashamed about her, you know, going after this man. I just feel like if you got the one that's like chasing you and chasing you and chasing you, he's supposed to stay there. Why would you put him in a position where he's ignoring you now? You just gonna let him flip the script? I don't know who taught her, but they did a terrible job. Okay, Eva calls out Dana / Leslie for lying. Good. She's getting to the point where she's understanding who her mom is, but she's still figuring it out because she's still holding on to like this glimmer of hope that her mom loves her and that her mom is doing everything for her best interest, and she's not. So when she finally gets to that point where she realizes like none of this was for me, everything was for her, she used me, etc., then we will have the Eva that we need. I'll keep waiting. Kat continues to look into Eva's suspicious behavior. So she's buying another nanny cam. Hopefully this one's better. I mean, I love Eva, but I won't say that I'm not rooting for Kat to figure stuff out. Like, I'm not rooting for her because I just want Eva to fail. But no, I do want her to at least be aware of it. Because I feel like Kat will get down to it before Nicole does. Because you see how long Nicole has been in denial. She's just starting to suspect something with Laura. Like that something happened to Laura that wasn't supposed to happen. But she still ain't really putting it together. So it's like, I feel like Kat is going about it in the best way. You know, in a way that is going to help her to figure things out quick. And so I'm down with those shenanigans. But hopefully sis don't get snatched before she get to tell the story. So Bill and Haley find out that Haley is not pregnant. I don't see this as a bad thing. Like, I just feel like Bill is not on a cane or anything like he's not super old, but he's old enough to where like you shouldn't want no new kids. Like that your kids is grown. You an empty nester. Give it up. You know, like, let it go. So it's not just about him being old, because I plan on having kids older. Like, I don't have no kids right now. I plan on having kids older. I'm gonna probably have my kids, and I'm gonna probably go into menopause 2 years after. Like, that's how old I'm gonna be when I have my kids. So I'm not necessarily trying to pick on him for being old and wanting to have kids, but I just feel like it's not the worst thing that she's not pregnant. It's just not. Like, you got other things to do. And let's be real. Once the baby gets to those ages, like the teenage years and graduating high school, like, you will be on a cane. So, like, because I mean, like, I'm waiting probably another 10 years. You know, like, I'm not going to be on no cane at 39, 40. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me waiting and you waiting is two different things. Because you older than me. So... We don't want to play those games, okay? I think it's a good thing. He's acting like he's sad. Me personally, I don't know if he's doing that just to make Haley feel better about the fact that he might have wanted a kid by her, or if he really did get attached to the idea of having a child. But it ain't the worst thing. But they seem to feel like, you know, just because she's not pregnant doesn't mean that they have to let go of the idea of having a child together. And so I think they have low-key decided to try. That's their business. That's his back. If he want to throw his back out playing catch with his kid, that's his business. I'm gonna drink my yak. So Kat realizes that Leslie and Anna are the same person after visiting her in Eva's apartment. First of all, Kat going to the apartment is so bold. Like, and to be honest, like, I would have told Tomas to come with me. Simply, or at least like wait downstairs in the car. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't come down in a certain amount of time, come up here type thing. I would have done that. I would have just went by myself, because you don't know what these people are on. Like, you've been suspecting her of being weird, of being creepy, whatever it is. You don't know what this girl can do to you. You don't know what her mom can do to you. You know that there are two people in there who don't know you, that you don't know, and you don't know what it is that they can do to you. Why would you go there by yourself? Like, I'm annoyed. So, yeah, she continues looking at her, and she's taking pictures in the house of Eva and Leslie together, because her and Tomas figured out that this lady been telling them that she got different names. She told Kat that she's Anna. And Eva told Tomas that she's Leslie, and so she caught her in a lie. We're happy you caught her in a lie, but at the same time, you might have put yourself in danger. And by the time you really get the tea, you might not even get to tell your mom, because you are going to be kidnapped or deceased. We don't want you deceased. You dealing with crazy people. If she crazy, and mind you, she knew about the whole name thing before she went over there. So that should have been clue number one. And the only clue you needed, that maybe I shouldn't be going over here by myself. I shouldn't be around these people because they're nuts. You know, that's why she came there trying to play the nice card. She's like, okay, well, if you're nice to a crazy person. But Kat was nice nasty, so never mind. You gotta get better at being a detective, friend. Like, I'm supporting you, okay? But you gotta get better at being a detective. Benson and Stabler would never. Bill and Haley find... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm at the wrong place. It's the yak. Bill continues to experience tremors in his hand. So, okay. So, with the tremors in his hand, like, it's obviously not a heart thing. I'm assuming it's a nerve thing. Like, just what I know from, like, anatomy, biology, all these things that I took when I was in undergrad. I'm thinking it might be something nerve related. You know, like, I know, what is it? Parkinson's. I know that. And there are a few other things that cause like the tremors and everything. So he could be developing that. I don't know, friend. I don't know. But I just know he keeps trying to like maintain like this normal life while tremoring every now and then, and it's just like, dude, give it up. Like, go to the doctor for one. You have the means. Like, I can't stand that. You are extremely rich. There are people out here who can't even afford health insurance, life insurance, anything like that. And you can afford all of that and then some, and you're not going to the doctor. It's so out of order. So he needs to go to the doctor. And like I said earlier today on Threads, Chelsea and Naomi need to drag him. Each of them need to get a leg and drag him down to the doctor because he gonna keep playing games. And he's not gonna like the end result. So, Tyrell continues to develop a new friendship with Jessica. For right now, this is cute. This is very cute for right now. I don't trust her all the way, but it's cute. Doug seeks additional help from Nicole for his gambling problem. So I was proud of him for doing this, but everything she suggested, he shut down. You know, like going to the group and, you know, like just all these different things. And he's just like, no, I can't do that. It's going to be public. You have way bigger problems right now than people figuring out that you have a gambling problem. You know, and it's not like it's a drinking problem, a drug problem. Like, it's a gambling problem. It's still an issue for you to have that addiction and be working with patients, but it's not as bad as it could be, you know, with other things. So I just feel like he just shouldn't be worried about that. I wouldn't be worried about that. But then again, I'm not a gambling addict, so I don't know. But hopefully Doug gets it together. He seems as though he wants to. He seems very passionate about it, but it's just, it seems very deep rooted. Like he talked about it more in the last episode. He's just like, oh, I started in childhood and I used to do this and that when I was a kid. And I'm like, oh man. So this is deep rooted. And it seemed like it started off as like a coping mechanism, you know? So we'll see where that goes. Martin clashes with Bill. And Bill threatens Martin. I don't know. Like, I want to say Martin should just do what he wants to do, but I'm like, I don't think he should play with Bill like that. I don't know. Bill seems like he really has something over him and the whole family. So I'm just like, I don't know. I would keep it cute with him. Or if I'm going to be like that towards him, I would just keep my distance. That's the best you can do with him. Because I feel like Bill, we don't take Bill as serious, but at the same time, I feel like Bill is sitting on some really pertinent information about the Dupree family, specifically Martin. So I feel like we shouldn't underestimate it. That's all I'm saying. Especially Martin. I don't think he should underestimate it because I think with him being like that, being too confident, overzealous, like he's gonna shoot himself in the foot. I don't think he should do that. And then Derek and Ashley decide to move in together. I think this is cute. But like I said, I think he's doing it because his wife divorced him. But I really just gave this man a whole storyline with no basis. So don't listen to me. Just know that they decided to move in together. All right, so now that we've laid out the facts, it's time to take someone to task, all right? Court is now in session and the docket is open. So today, we have Dana / Leslie / Anna / Lulu Thomas on the docket. And she has been accused of sabotaging her own plan. So she has been overutilizing her identities. sometimes mixing them up when she doesn't have to. Case in point, the whole thing with Kat, and then Tomas finding out that her name's Leslie, etc., etc. That was a lot. She also has no discernment for when she pops up. So that is a problem, because if you're not using discernment, are you really sticking to the plan? Are you really grounded in what it is that you want? Okay? Because let me get a little spiritual here. When you trying to manifest, the one thing you at least want to do, okay? You want if you do nothing else, the least you can do is ground yourself so that you can focus on what it is that you want. Because you got to be grounded, you got to be focused. That's it. You don't have to be happy. You don't have to be, because people try to make it like you got to be in a certain mood. You ain't got to be in a certain mood to manifest. You could be pissed off. But as long as you grounded and you focus, trust me, you can transmute that energy. You can manifest whatever you want. But I feel like with her, she can't do that simply because she's not grounded. I hate that. And so Eva, being her partner in crime, you know, she's lying to her. Like, Leslie is lying to her unnecessarily. And she's doing it on a consistent basis. And I just feel like that's like rule number one. I feel like if you're going to have a partner in crime, y'all are supposed to literally be partners in crime. Like, y'all are supposed to tell each other everything. Y'all are supposed to be honest with each other. Because when y'all stop trusting each other and y'all stop telling each other everything, that's when things go wrong. Just like they are now. So I don't see this going well. And she also gaslights her partner in crime in an effort to control her. Right now, I mean, it's working. I'll say that it's working. She's definitely still somewhat controlling Eva, you know, with the way that she acts like Eva's crazy just because she's accusing her of doing certain things. But she's accusing her of things that she really and truly did. So it's definitely putting a damper on her plan, because she's not sticking to it. She's not executing the plan in the way that she told Eva she would. And I think that's what's frustrating Eva the most, because she's like, we came in to do one thing one way, and now you're doing other things other ways. So it's a bit problematic. Well, now that the cross-examination is over, let's wrap this case up. All right. And it's time for the verdict. So, she's definitely guilty of sabotaging her own plan. Like, you're lying, you're gaslighting, you're doing everything except being a good partner in crime. You're popping up with no discernment. You're not grounded in what it is that you want. It's just a lot going on that ain't supposed to be going on. And it's stressing me out. I don't really know what to do. I don't know. You know, I think I can't do nothing for her. So we're just gonna move on to sentencing. So I'm ordering court mandated therapy for sure. And a lifetime ban for mentioning Nicole's name. Why is she always mad at this woman? I don't understand. She's like, Nicole, perfect Nicole. She just thinks she's so perfect. I'm like, she's literally just being her. Like, she's literally just her. Why are you mad at her for that? And why are you mad at her for being happy with a man that she don't know cheated on her? At least we think she don't know. We, the people, think that she might be playing. Me personally, I think that she's playing stupid and acting like she doesn't know just to get under Ted's skin. Like, I think she wants to allow his guilt to eat him alive. And like, we've seen this happen on multiple TV shows. I can't call them out right now. I'm forgetting them, but I've seen this happen on multiple occasions on TV shows. And it's, for instance, okay, do y'all remember on Drake and Josh when they thought they had killed her lizard, her bird? It was some weird animal she had. Anyways, they thought they killed the animal because they took a flash picture of it. and then it just like got stunned and just fell. And so, so they thought it was dead. It was not dead. And then they ended up admitting to her like, oh, we killed such and such. We're sorry, blah blah. And she just acted like everything was fine. And so they were like, she was just too nice about it. And so we don't know what to prepare for. We don't know what she's going to do. And so they were like, okay, we're going to stay up and make sure she doesn't come into our room. And all that. They were doing all of these crazy things to make sure that she didn't come after them. And she never did. And she didn't have to because they destructed themselves. So I think that's what's going on here on Beyond the Gates. I feel like Nicole is just like, I'm just going to let them self-destruct. And if she's doing that, I stand. Like, I stand the clueless act. I stand the perfect wife act. Like, I'm just like, you did wrong. So you got to deal with that. I'm not going to deal with that. You know, like, I get it. I get it. So yeah, but she needs to stop mentioning her name. Like, she needs to stop being mad at anybody but Ted. And to be honest, you can only be so mad at him. He didn't even know you had a kid. You know, yes, he cheated on his wife with you and left you high and dry. We understand. We get it. It was wrong. It was hurtful. I understand, but it was also 8,000 years ago. So let it go. Give it up, Delicious. Like, All right, so let's get into my predictions and what I see coming next. Okay, so I think Eva will obviously become more aware of her mom's red flags, and I think she's going to move away from her. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be like, I'm just going to move over there with Ted and them, or, you know, because like I said, even if he does figure out that that is his daughter, I don't know that they'll really like take her in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that she'll have the same life as like Kat right now. So I don't know. I don't know about any of that. But I do think she will move away from her physically, emotionally. I think she's gonna realize, like, for sure, that woman don't love me, and she has not been looking out for me this entire time, and it's gonna be devastating. And she's gonna move away from her. I just see it. I see it with my eyes and my soul. All right, so Kat will be kidnapped or hurt. I really and truly believe that. From the time she walked into that house, I was like, girl, you still in your fate. Like, girl, you can't be walking into these people's house. They're not, well, okay, I won't say they. He was not nuts. Leslie, on the other hand, nuts. So, and you know, you saw what she did to Laura, and Laura, she didn't even know Laura. Did she even meet her? I don't think she did. Like, she don't even know her. And look at what she did to Laura, just so she can put Eva in her seat. It was ridiculous. So I don't see Leslie just letting that go. You in her house, you taking pictures of pictures. I don't think you gonna get out of this alive, friend. And if you do, I think she'll be alive. I just think she's not going to be where she wants to be. Like, I feel like she gonna want to be home, and she's not gonna be home because she gonna be in somebody's basement or somewhere tied up and just unable to move because Leslie will be done did that to her. I think Nicole is gonna find out the truth about Sherry, and Eva, but it may be too late. I think she because she started too late. You know, Kat was on it from the beginning, right? But Nicole was refusing to see anything wrong with anything until she realized what happened with Laura, and she's still not putting two and two together to even think that Sherry, Lulu, or whoever had something to do with it. So I think she gonna put it together, but it's gonna be so late. Kat gonna be already kidnapped. Ted gonna already be on the outs because she gonna be done figured out what happened. You know, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Joey and Vanessa, they will be beginning their affair very soon. Because you seen how her and Doug, they was kind of getting their spark back or whatever, and she still was looking for other other, you know, extracurricular activity. And so I was just like, this woman ain't never satisfied. It's a lot. she's a lot. Oh, Doug. All right. So I think Leslie, obviously we've seen the previews. Leslie will be interrupting the anniversary party. I don't think she gonna get what she want out of it though. I don't think so. Because if you really think about it, what Leslie wants out of it is unrealistic. Like she genuinely believes she's gonna have Nicole's life. Just like she's trying to convince Eva that she's gonna have Kat's life. I don't think it's because she wants Eva to have Kat's life. I think it's because she wants Nicole's life. And she feel like, oh, well, Nicole gonna leave him, so he gonna end up with me. Girl, I got news for you. Straight jacket. I think Bill's tremors will be way more serious than any of us thought. I think it's gonna be a problem. And that's why I said they need to drag him to the doctor. Because the fact that he's avoiding it, and it's been going on for some time now, and ain't no telling how long, you know, before, because I mean, everybody got a backstory from before the show came on. So it's like, ain't no telling how long this really been going on. I think it's going to be worse than we thought. And I think it's going to be worse than it had to be because he wanted to avoid going to the doctor. And this is clearly your choice because you are a man of means. So you can go to the doctor. You just don't feel like it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be worse than we thought, girl. Tomas will continue to get his hands dirty to become partner. Yeah, he's ambitious. I get it. I totally get it. But I just feel like as someone who has worked as hard as he has and who is as qualified as he is, I just feel like you don't have to do the dirty stuff to get to where you're going. But he's doing it because he feels like, well, I've already been working hard, so if this is the only thing in my way, I'm going to do it. And I understand, but at the same time, I'm just like, ugh. What? Why? You don't have to. And I feel like this: if Bill will do them women dirty like he did in that office, it's only a matter of time before it's you. Like you think being a man is going to keep you from being in that position, girl? I got news for you. I mean, you ain't no girl, but girl is universal over here. Please don't. Girl is universal. Okay, that's me. That's who I am. I think Anita's comeback will be epic. I don't know if it's going to be with the group. It seemed like he was more interested in like a solo thing. So I don't know if he's going to be, you know, interested in any type of a group reunion, but either way, it's going to be epic. Like you saw what she did at karaoke. Like I said, no preparation, no vocal preparation, anything like that. She just came with it. So just imagine her rehearsing and putting stuff together. Like we're going to have a great time watching her. We're gonna have a wonderful night. Bill will use Martin's secret to control him. Of course. That's what he's been doing. That's what he did with Vernon and them. That's why they was scared of him. That's why Danny ended up at the wedding. Like, and I feel like he's gonna do the same thing with Martin. But I think he's gonna put a whole lot more pressure on Martin simply because Martin just won't get in line and Martin is trying to do more, you know, with his political career. I feel like Bill is one of the people like, if you are indebted to him in any way, he's going to collect. He is the IRS. That's him. That's who he is. He's the IRS girl. Don't mess with him. So I think Danny and Andre might actually go public. Because you see how neither one of them has a problem with it, like when they're talking about it. And I just feel like it might end up being a thing. Public. Cute. Like, I think Bill gonna have a fit too. Because it's like she pulled a you on you, except she didn't cheat on you. But she did get a younger model. And that's what he gonna be mad at, girl. And that's just too bad. So, I think they might go public though. Like, I think they're spending a lot of time together. Danny keeps her doors unlocked. So it's like they keep doing stuff in the living room. Eventually, either somebody's going to walk in on them and she's going to have to tell the truth, or they're just going to start telling their close ones, their loved ones. And they're just going to have to deal with it. And they're going to start going to family events together and public things, doing stuff. And it's not just going to be photographer and model. It's going to be me and you. So I'm here. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're back. I got a phone call. I was not supposed to. I was supposed to be on D&D. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, where were we? So, okay, like I said, I think Derek has a hidden family. I think his roommates are his wife and kids. Derek got something. He hiding something. He ain't just nice and perfect and nice and perfect. He's not just those things for fun. I think he got a hidden family. That's my prediction. Like, his secret, his thing that nobody knows about, I think it's gonna be a hidden family. That's my vote. I don't know what other people are voting. I don't know what y'all think it might be. But yeah. We're going for hidden family for 500, Alex. Okay. And so I think Danny and Pam are gonna do what they said they're gonna do and change the modeling industry forever. Like, they've done this before. They have been in this. She has managed her daughter. Pam managed her. Danny was a model. Like, she been on both sides of everything. Like, she a boss. I think they're gonna change the modeling industry forever. Like, it's gonna look way different, you know. So I'm excited about that. That's about all I have as far as my predictions. So yeah, Leslie, Dana, Anna, and Lulu, all of them are going to court mandated therapy. I am banning her from mentioning Nicole's name. If she does mention her name again, I don't know what we're gonna do. Cause this ain't probation, so we don't have any guidelines just yet. I'm a terrible judge. I be drinking. I don't care. Like, it's, girl, just go to therapy and don't mention that lady name. Please don't. Cause then I'm gonna have to put you back on the docket and figure out what else to do with you. And girl, I told you I'm lazy. I'm not a good employee. I don't want to do my job. Please don't make me. But no, that's about it. That concludes this week's session of the Gatekeepers Court. All right. So remember, court may adjourn, but the judgment lives on. Okay. Until next time, stay shady, stay sharp, and stay tuned. Bye.